AMD has been doing really good with their processor lineup, or the Ryzen lineup, and their Radeon setup cards. They have been beating Intel, or the processors have been beating Intel in their pricing and to price to performance variants, like the Ryzen 3 and Ryzen 5. Pretty good budget system builds right there with those two chips. And now you see why I picked Ryzen for all these, most of my builds, or my build. And today I am going to be upgrading from the Ryzen 3 2200G to a Ryzen 5 3600. You ready? Let's get started. Hey, what's going on, guys? GhostedOllie here, back with another video. And today, as I said, today I'm going to be upgrading from the Ryzen 3 2200G, if you guys can see that, Ryzen 3 2200G to a AMD Ryzen 5 3600. This is the Ryzen 5 3600 is a 6-core 12-thread processor. It has a 4.2 GHz max boost with a 3.6 GHz base. You do it with this this is a Zen 2 architecture. So this is a 3000 series, and this is a original 2000 series with but this one has Radeon graphics in integrated to the APU. The 3600 you're not gonna be getting much but you'll be getting a lot more than having a 2200G instead of a 3600. So the 3600 is way better for a good price. If you guys can find a good deal. This, as I said, this is a Zen 2 architecture with the AM4 processor socket, and this has been unopened. I just got this today. I will be as I said, I'll be upgrading from the Ryzen 3, and so yes, let's get right into the video. So as I said, today I'm going to be doing an unboxing on the Ryzen 5 3600. It's sealed, brand new. Here's the packaging. On the side, it says AMD, and you can see the Ryzen processor in there. As I said, I'm going to be trading it out for the Ryzen 3 2200G. But that's the side. On the side, it shows the processor and AMD. On the back side, it says it's a Zen 2 architecture with an AMD socket AM4 for the AMD sockets. This side shows a Wraith Stealth cooler, I think it is. And the front says Ryzen 5. 3rd gen processors, as it says in the name, 3600, not the 2200G. The 2200G is the one I've been using for a while now, and it's a 2nd generation Ryzen product. So let's do an unboxing of this, and we're gonna go and install this into my computer. So the first thing, let's get to the unboxing. Let's cut the seal. I know I'm using a screwdriver. Doesn't really matter, just needed to cut the seal. Let's pop this puppy open. Thanks. The sides out. Let's take out the Stealth cooler first. So here is the Wraith Stealth cooler. It's the same thing it's the same one as inside my computer right now, I'm pretty sure. Let's put that to the side. I'm gonna need that because I'm not gonna reuse my old one. And here is said CPU. If you guys can see right here, it says AMD Ryzen 5 3600, Ryzen 5 sticker, Ryzen. Here's all the pins, make sure they're not bent or anything. And let's put this down. Let's see what else comes in the box. You get the AMD processor certificate of authentication, AMD at the back. And then you get your AMD Ryzen 3 3000, the please read kind of thing. So as I said, here is the Ryzen 5 3600X. This is an AM4 socketed CPU. I'm going to replace this with the 2200G. Let's go and install this and this CPU cooler as well. here is the motherboard. Here's the Asrock B450 Pro 4, as I said, with tforce RAM. So the first thing we're gonna do is clear the space so I can take out the CPU cooler. Let's pull out the RAM just so we have a little bit more space in this guy. Next, we are going to, before you ever do this, you are going to have to wait like 15-20 minutes for this to cool down, or the CPU to cool down. I mean, at least 10 minutes. So first thing you're going to do is unplug the CPU fan header, put that to the side. Next, we are going to go in a crisscross pattern, unscrewing these screws. This might take a little bit of time because you don't want to do anything wrong. Now we should be able to just unscrew it all the way from here on out. So once you take off once you get all the screws loose, the only thing that'll be holding on this CPU cooler is the thermal paste. So to get the thermal paste off, you're gonna wiggle this around just a little bit, and it should come right off. You can see thermal paste and thermal paste. Let's put this CPU cooler to the side, and the next thing you're gonna have to do is grab some alcohol and clean off the thermal paste before you touch it. Clean off this thermal paste, and then we can start trying to get this other CPU installed. And by the way, when cleaning the CPU, never use water. Water will damage your parts and won't ever help you in this situation. Now that it's cold and your thermal paste is cleaned off, you can clean off this one too if you want to, which I'm going to do because I might reuse this eventually someday. So I'm going to clean that off later, put that to the side. Next, you are going to open the tension wrench, or the tension arm, and then you're going to pull up the CPU like so. Make sure you don't touch any of the pins on the back side or the heatsink. So, actually, before we do that again, let's put it into its original box so it doesn't get anything's wrong with it. Stick it right in there, and then we can close it up. I got a little bit of thermal paste because it was a little hot still, but that's okay. Make sure everything's clean, nothing's in the way. While you are here, you can go clean the motherboard. Like all this dust that's been sitting here can be cleaned off. Never use a finger actually, but you can clean that off if you want. I'm just gonna leave it. It doesn't really matter. It's not gonna bother it. So next thing you are gonna do is grab your new CPU and CPU cooler and take it out of the box. So let's put it, take it out. Remember, when installing the CPU, never touch the bottom of this because this has thermal paste on it. So let's put this face down right over here. And let's grab the new Ryzen 5 3600 and open the box. When opening this box, do it carefully so it doesn't fly out on you. I've seen a lot of things happen like that to people, so be careful. Next thing you're going to do is take out your CPU. Make sure none of these pins are bent. And we're all good here. So, when installing a CPU into a motherboard, you are going to line up this this triangle. I don't think you guys can see it that much, but there's a triangle in this corner with a triangle in that corner, a gold triangle in that corner. So let's twist it around, pull out that lever again, and place it down slowly with no force. It should just slot right in. Now it's upside down. Let's turn this around actually. So this is the CPU. It should just fit snug in there. You're gonna pull this lever down and tuck it in, and now it's secure on the motherboard. So the next thing you are going to do with Ryzen with the processor is grab the thermal or the heatsink, and you're gonna slowly. Oh wait, before you do that, I'm gonna screw it up here again. Make sure the black plate's on there. I took it out. It came off when I was picking up the motherboard because I unscrewed it. So place the back plate on there. Make sure it's on there like so. It's gonna fall out every time, so make sure it's still in there. You're gonna grab your AMD Stealth cooler and place it in the orientation you want it to, or in an orientation that will fit, because it only goes either this way or this way. So I would do it this way because it doesn't interfere with anything on the sides nor the RAM. So you are going to line up each pin, each of the screw holes. There's all the screw holes lined up. Pretty sure that's good. Next, you are going to grab your screwdriver and then make sure you do this screwdriving part in a cross formation, like as you do on a car. I'll do this until it's fully tightened down. You will know when it's fully tightened down because you'll feel it stop in a certain point, like that one. And then do that with every other one too. Stop there. Stop there. Stop right there. Now you have even pressure for your thermal paste. Now we can go and install this motherboard back into the case with all the components.
So now let's install this motherboard back into its case. Time-lapse.
what we do here is go back.
So now that everything down there is plugged in and my keyboard is lighting up, so that is one sign that it's hopefully working. Now I should go and try to boot this system up. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Yes! It's working. Now let's get into there you go. So, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says right there, AMD Ryzen 5 3600 6-core processor. Yes, it's working. So, processor speed, 3.6 gigahertz. Let's go to OC Tweaker, and then let's go to XMP profile for the my RAM. It's profile 2, and let's change this to 3066. Now let's go to exit, and let's press save changes. Press yes, and now it should boot to Windows. There you go. Now it's booting up. We can do a little test in a second. There you go. It's not really good, but this one is showing the Windows boot system thingy. It's gonna start running in a second. And there you go. It's running on my computer. Where'd my mouse go? There you go. Let's grab these B450 Pro BIOSes and let's delete those. Everything's running properly. If I go into Task Manager, let's drag you here. Let's go to Performance, CPU. Let's logical processes. There's 12 not cores. There's 12 different 12 threads in this computer, 6 cores, and now you can see that are all working. So as you can see, I opened up CPU Z, and it says right there AMD Ryzen 5 3600. It has the technology is a 7 nanometer. What else? 6 cores, as I said, and so here's one thing I forgot to mention in the video. When having to upgrade from a 2000 series Ryzen 5 or Ryzen to a Series 3, you're gonna have to update your BIOS. To update your BIOS, I linked a video. I'm gonna link a video, or I'm gonna make a video about it and link it in the description below, so you guys can see how to do that. This is the installation of a Ryzen 3 or Ryzen 5 3600G or 3600, and let's do a little stress test on this CPU here. Let's open Cinebench. Let's put that to the side. Cinebench is gonna run, and then we're gonna press run. Put this over here. We don't need that. And there you go. 12. So let's see how it compares with all the different processors out there. So here is my Ryzen 3 2200G. It got a score of 1203, and the new 6-core 12-thread Ryzen 5 3600 6-core processor got a 3474. It is better than the Ryzen 7 1700X 8-core processor. Better than that one, and it's better than a Intel Xeon E5 2697 V2. It's half the performance of a Threadripper 1950X 16-core processor, but that's really good for what I'm trying to do on this this setup here. All it is going to be doing is editing these videos for you guys, and playing games, obviously, and Cinebench once here and there sometime around, but not much. But this thing has beat my Ryzen 3 by like 2 or 3 times its or 3 times its speed. So I'm not sponsored by Intel or any of these companies that I used, such as Asrock or AMD. I'm not sponsored. I'm just doing this because I need a new CPU update. If you guys want this, if anyone wants a Ryzen 3 2200G, hit me up in Instagram somewhere. Just text me or something, and I can probably sell this to you guys. It's not gonna be unused. So that's all for this video, and I'm gonna go start playing some games in a bit, and let's see how this goes. But thank you guys for watching. Go and watch my other video down in this videos and down in the description, and go subscribe to my channel, like, and everything on there. Go follow me on Instagram, anywhere, and go watch some other videos. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.